pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Confirmation of appropriate meeting notice.
Meeting was noticed on Friday, May 14th. Agenda is posted at the post office, library, and city hall.
Thank you. Also acceptance of agenda.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes. Personal appearances. Anyone in the audience besides Jim that wishes to speak on the agenda? Or not on the agenda?
Do you need this too?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I don't have any more.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm Jim Capella, and I live at 512 Ridgeway Street, and I put this I had this idea a number of years ago when the council was going through the deal of repairing the sidewalks in a 3-year set thing, and I was on council at different times earlier, and the hardest thing about council is when you're sitting there and you're telling somebody that they gotta pay for something, and they're right here, and the biggest thing with the sidewalks is, why should I pay for mine to be repaired when some people in the city don't have sidewalks, so they don't have to repair it? So what I came up with is an idea to create a sidewalk utility in which everybody in the city, whether they had sidewalk or not, or if they were non-taxable or what, non-taxable property or whatever, everybody, their frontage would be assessed for a certain amount every quarter for the sidewalk utility. That money would be kind of like the storm sewer utility is now. There's a charge on every utility bill every quarter for that. That money would then be there for repairs of sidewalk. It wouldn't be used for new sidewalk, it would be used for, my intention is to have it to you for repair. So if you have a sidewalk, you never have to spend a penny again to have it repaired. And if you saw, and what happened before was, it got to be, the sidewalks are so bad that finally the council had to do something about it. With this, if a citizen had a cracked block of sidewalk, they could call. And when there was enough there, the public works director could say, let's get these fixed. It's gonna be $50,000, let's get these fixed through the city, and I think we'd have a much better and much safer sidewalks throughout the city. So, I'm just giving you this idea, I typed this up so everybody, kind of my thoughts on it, and I'll leave it in your hands for your ideas. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Anyone else in the audience? Okay, we'll move on to the minutes from May 3rd. Any? That's voting, all those in favor, signify. Committee reports, Finance Committee.
So I'm going to make a motion to use pay request number 5 from RT Fox Contractors for the Marshview Court Improvement Project in the amount of $19,782.09.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Since there's only one Davis.
You're waiting for Paul, so, yeah.
Motion passes.
Make a motion for approval of bills and payroll vouchers in the amount of $239,906.99.
Second?
Any questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
yes,
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve board sign permit for Campbell Boys General Store at 115 North Henry Street.
Second?
Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
yes,
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Make a motion packet for Edgerton High School graduate drive-through parade and waive all fees.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen, Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve the adoption of City of Edgerton donation policy.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none.
Langen,
yes,
Burdick,
Yes.
Make a motion to bid of the library LED lighting upgrade to the lowest responsible bidder of Van Brocklin Electric in the amount of $18,800, but not to exceed $25,000.
Any discussion?
I just have one question. In regards to use of the state's Focus on Energy program, if that was part of their bid or not?
Is that net of them, Howard, or will there be some revenue coming in? Are they taking the incentive and they reduce their price by that incentive, you remember?
I don't believe so, no, I think we would get that back,
Okay.
We get it then?
I believe so.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes,
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve a facade grant of $5,000 for 201 West Fulton Street.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
yes,
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve a small ED grant in the amount of $2,680 for 115 Henry Street.
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
yes,
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of say the next one in a long-winded version, so bear with me here. So we're going to make a motion to amend the facade program to move the percent from 40% up to 50%, and to move the dollars from $5,000 to $10,000. Move that percentage from 40 to 50%, from 3,000 to 6,000.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Other than anybody with any businesses that wants to get something done, this is a good opportunity to take advantage of this and get some of your maintenance that needs to be done on the building, so. If there's no one else, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
yes,
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve the affordable housing manual with the consultant being allowed to decide on the sublimation within our parameters. We do not have a name, so it would not include a name, and that's something we would like to discuss.
I'll second.
Discussion.
Most of the things it needs to say. It says Edgerton, it says Holmes, you get what it's about, and revival's a positive word. I just kind of quickly looked up the acronym of EHR to see if that was something really popular or, inappropriate or whatever. It seems electronic health record is the most common use of that. I mean, I'm okay if, it gets blurred with that somewhat. So the art to these is keeping them extremely simple. And so to move things forward, I would be fine with the suggested.
And we just thought that opening it up to the entire board for additional consideration, if anybody had any additional thoughts on naming, or I'm on the same boat as you. I think it's very self-explanatory. So I think I'm going to keep my motion the same. That way we can still consider it, but at the next meeting, we will have a determination on the name. If anybody has a thought before then, please let us know.
I got a quick question, clarification, I guess. Page 43, when it says the amount and type, it said the first 10,000 of all eligible, but at the earlier meeting, I heard up to 10,000. So you can't have smaller amounts, right?
The first 10,000 is a grant,
But,
so we could have a $4,000 project, and it would be a 75-25 split.
okay, I mean, but it's up, so it's up to the 10, that's what I meant. It's the first 10. To the 10. I mean, project would have a 25%, 75, okay. That's what I mean, I mean, it's just,
Would you like, obviously, we've tripped you up with that, should we say the up to?
well, when I first read it, I thought minimum 10,000. I was going to ask, is that the minimum of 10? The way I read that. But if it says up to the $10,000, there's 75, 25, then I get it. If that's the intent, I guess
That's the intent.
okay. I don't know if I put that in there so it's clear. I guess I don't, that's the way it reads. It was confusing to me. I don't know. But as long as that's what the intent is, you can have something lower than 10.
That's the intent, and I think that's the way I read it, but if it's confusing to others, then I'm not sure what the next step is. That is the intent. So, Bill, I guess I'm going to, can I ask for your opinion?
With due respect, Jim, I think it reads appropriately.
Okay, good enough.
Okay, any further discussion?
So was that a motion for that name?
No. We'll do the thing next time.
Got it.
Anyone else? Roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve increasing the wages for our part-time swimming pool. So we're going to increase everyone by 75 cents for lifeguards, with the starting salary being $9.25, and those, for every year that we get a returning a lifeguard, there'll be a 25 cents addition to that. Along that same lines, the starting wage for non-certified employees will be $7.25.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes. That's all you got, huh?
Not enough?
Let's see, pick the good night for Candy not to want to get down here. Anything, we do have a Parks one here, the second reading, so.
Chairwoman Davis asked that I take this one. I move to consider approving second reading and adoption of City of Edgerton Ordinance 2105, amend Chapter 15 Parks to set park closing hours.
For a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Langen,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes. Anything from utilities?
Utility met last Monday, the 10th. Action taken, reelect Jim Capel in his chair. Also received information update on the lead lateral program. That was about it.
Thank you. Historic.
Historic met last Monday for a short meeting. We elected a new chair. It's a meeting. And then we also approved a certificate of appropriateness for 115 Henry Street. So that was it.
Okay, thank you. Public Works.
The Public Works met last Monday, May 10th also. The sole topic, agenda topic was the Main Street reconfiguration, striping. After much discussion and going back and forth, we ended up with a 2-to-1 vote to keep it as is and restripe it as is. That was it.
Okay, thank you. Redevelopment Authority, I think we covered a good share of the items we had there on finance, a couple of the grants, so other than that, I think that was all we had there. Police Commission.
Police Commission met on May 12th with the election of Paul Davis to the council. They selected Mark Coombs as their new president for the Police Commission, Josh Lee for vice president, and Lisa Bensky as secretary. With the retirement of Eugene Dempsey, we started a hiring process. We initially had 5 candidates to interview. 2 backed out on the day, so we were down to 3 possible candidates, which doesn't give us much of a selection. But we had 2 very strong candidates that the Police Commission really liked, and they made an offer to Brandon Swinbank. Brandon is currently an officer for the Dane County Sheriff's Department. We began his background investigation. We set up his medical and his drug screen. We anticipate him being sworn in on June 1st. And that's it.
Thank you. Don't keep that commission too busy. I keep telling them they don't have to meet that much, so.
Our next meeting is September 15th,
Okay, we got a little while.
unless otherwise called to order.
All right, thank you. Tree Board. I know
So
we met earlier today.
we met earlier today. We elected Sarah Beckwith as president, or the chair, again. She was more than willing, which was great. Had several different discussions, one of which was the Arbor Day celebration that happened on April 29th. We very much recommend everyone. They did some planting with some of our local students, so it went really well, in which they also handed out 250 saplings to the 4th and 5th graders this year. So that was well received as well.
All right, thank you. Next item is consider approving the second reading of the City of Edgerton Charter Ordinance 21-06 to amend section 2.02 elected officials to change the term of the office for mayor.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Langen,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Braun,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Motion passes. Mayor, alderperson, and staff reports. It is EMS week this week, so thank your EMS providers. And if you haven't done your taxes, today is the deadline for this year. Anyone else have anything?
I do. I'm the city's representative on the Tourism Commission. It's not really a function of being on council, but I still serve on that. And I haven't reported on any of their activity in a while. But since I had last reported, we've contracted with the entity that runs Visit Janesville and Visit Milton, the Janesville Visitors Convention Bureau. And we are meeting again this week to look at designs for the Visit the Edgerton area, and I'm using that name loosely, but the Visit Edgerton area website and logos, and they have had their photographers in the Fulton, Albion, and Edgerton area, because everything's visual, so you can't really start social media or launch a website without good photos. So I've seen some of the work and it's great. So I'm excited to see and have the discussion tomorrow with the other members of that. And that's made up of 2 representatives from the hotel industries and then a representative from each Fulton, Edgerton, and Albion.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned for a couple minutes here.